G'day, g'day. Yes, I am back. Am I 100%? No. This deep, sexy, husky voice comes at a cost. So I'm not feeling 100% myself. But yeah, g'day. Pete Johns from Studio Life today is here with us. Thank you for joining, Pete. It's lovely to see you here. And he is the one that has all the clicky bits with the Songtember stuff if you're interested in knowing how you can join in the fun with the rest of us wacky people, or no, interesting people, all sorts of people that are creating, recording and hopefully releasing in some capacity a song in the month of Songtember. Why? Why do we do this? I don't really know. No, there is a reason. Is because we really often, some of us, most of us, myself definitely, in creating stuff and going, oh, shiny, that was wonderful, and putting it aside and not finishing it, and then not telling anyone about it either. And people go, so you're a songwriter. What songs have you written? Lots of stuff with things. So this is to encourage all of us together to not be alone in the process of trying to actually finish a song. So I have my own challenges in this. This week, and g'day Ashley, thank you for joining me. This week as well is the dreaded lurgy, not the big dreaded lurgy. I'm still, as someone said, I'm still a novid. I haven't succumbed to it all as yet. So, but touch wood, touch wood, I won't. But I am susceptible to bronchitis and all those sorts of things, and I don't know whether it's because I'm a singer or what it is, but I usually get laryngitis as well. So I only really started to get my voice back yesterday after I cooked a chicken soup with enough garlic in it to ward off vampires for the next 6 months. You are lucky that this doesn't include smell-o-vision as well. I have garlic breath. Anyway, it is working. I think I feel a little bit better. I am getting better, and I have not seen any vampires come to the front door, which is handy. All right. So yes, I have had a bit of a time off. In what that's meant is I have not even listened. I've done no work to my song in a week. So I'm behind a little bit. I'm hoping to play catch up a bit. I'm hoping that if I do a little bit tonight and then back to bed and watch some more binge-worthy streaming services, that I'll be able to at least spend some time tomorrow working on my song, and then as we go, increase that a little bit more. And hopefully by Thursday stream, I will have a fair chunk of this song done. What I have been doing, and I implore you to do, that's such a big word for me at this time of night. It is just gone 7:30 in the evening in Perth, and my brain's not good at the best of times, but, and I am reaching for my mute button very, very closely so I don't cough up another lung and drown and make your ears bleed and stuff, because I have got a bit of a chesty cough at the moment. I'm hoping that I can get a fair bit done, and what I've been doing is research and song analysis of other trance tracks. Say that 10 times when you've had a couple of lemonades. Other trance tracks, so that better informs me of the decisions I'm making. So it's sort of on par with what is out there commercially. It doesn't mean I have to copy them, but it gives me more ideas of, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. And, not to bring in all the instrument all at once, and how, that's the sort of drop that I want. And, oh, you can do that for a couple more bars. So I've been doing lots of counting of bars and working out where vocals come in and where they don't and all that sort of thing. I won't be recording vocals towards the end of Songtember for sure. This is not a condition to sing in ever. In saying that, I do have my audition for Wasso in 1 week. That will be interesting. Let's see how we go. So bring on the garlic and the ginger. She's a lovely girl. No, that's wrong. Let's go over here. Right. More sleep needed, less sleep needed? I don't know. Anyway, see, I have been sick. Dear. You're behind on your song too. Look, but you got to have holidays. You know, as Pete says, the rules are there are no rules. So the whole idea is just to have fun and make a song. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Let's have a look. I think what I did last time was just go through the instruments. Have I got anything here? Oh, that's right enough. I did a bit of a lead, didn't I? What have I got? Let's press the right button here. Buttons. Okay. Okay. I don't remember doing this even. What's that all about? I think that was just purely to try out the sounds, wasn't it? Okay, right. Right, and then I discovered a bit of a melody. Right, yes. What was I thinking? It's one of those things, I think, when you create something and at the time you think that's a stroke of genius. And I do remember actually saying that. And now I listen to it again and I go, what rubbish. Also, I noticed as I was opening the project just before I started streaming that for whatever reason, these decided to not work. I don't know why. So let's... Yeah, they do work. So they are working. I don't know what's wrong with this thing then. But did I come up with bass? I did. Okay. So I've come up with some bass sounds. Because of all the things, I wonder if it'll bear with me. Yes, we're doing this live. I haven't even, there we go. Acid 5 by Arturia. Is this new, Keeonra? Yes, it is. They were having a sale, so it's fine. But no, I don't want a quick tour. I'll just wing it. Wing it, I say. If it's like the Arturia products, I should be able to go in here and find something that kind of works. So Acid 5 is based on an actual old bass synthesizer from, was it the 70s or the 80s or something, apparently, on a real thing. And Arturia has actually created this version of it in hardware, which you can also get as well, which is on sale at the moment. And you can also download this as a trial. I always like trials. Try before you buy, or just, you know, have it as a trial, use it for your song and make sure you bounce the track. But yeah, so I thought, look, I've got a loyalty program and I do like Arturia's stuff, so I thought, why not? Found a few odd coins. In our house, it's always odd. But yes, found some odd stuff lying around. But there's some really cool stuff. And it is just all sort of bassy type sounds. So I might just leave this here as something I might explore later, and either I'll add to the basses I've got or maybe replace. I'll see how I go as far as that is concerned. All right, so I certainly don't need these two anymore. That was just to simply work out what instruments I was going to use. It's all coming back to me now. At least I did, I've got the arranger track and I've used it to map out my song. And as I said, as I laid in bed watching YouTube videos, I was counting how many bars in trance tracks for intros and when the build-up starts and all those sorts of things. And the track that I'm going to use as a reference track, I haven't imported it into here yet because it's only new and it only came out last week, and you know the person who's my favourite trance track producer, so you can put two and two together. But their new single came out on YouTube, I think 2 days ago, so I've analysed that, and this is ReOrder's guide from his free course, which I've got a link in the description below. And this is what he has suggested. Again, it's just a suggestion, but at least it's a bit of a guide for what I want to do, which is great. So, yeah, not counting bars as in sheep or bars that you drink at. I think I have over the years, in my younger years especially, counted bars that you've drank at, but always lost count at about 7. As the night progressed. Don't know why. So what I'm going to do is, and ReOrder talks about, you know, building blocks as if it's like Lego. So that's what we're going to basically do in this session, is use these building blocks to try and get some of this working. So what I'm going to do is we've got the kick, which is on the beat. It's a good sounding kick. What I could also do is EQ that and change the sample, etc., but also double it with something that's also punchier. So I might do that too. I won't do it now, but I'll at least get the groundwork done for this. So if we've got the kick there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this over and start everything from the start of the song. And you'll notice that I've left 7 bars. I've just gotten to the point now where I will start a song and think, oh yeah, I'll just leave a couple of bars there. And in most cases, I will usually end up adding something else at the beginning or wanting to move things around, and it gets a little bit tricky and I just find, I haven't left enough room again. So, you know, it just makes it easier if I just have all that extra room at the start, and then when I go to export it, I actually export all the way to the beginning, and then when I go to master it, that's when I actually trim it in the mastering, in the start of the mastering process. It's just a lot easier and there's no chance of actually losing anything. And you can, I think, more easily trim the front, and then I can, you know, do a fade in a lot easier, more easily. It's not so hard and stuff. Yeah, right. Okay, right. I can do that now. I'm very nasally at the moment. I won't go into details, but, you know, there's a... Anyway, okay, so let's move these over as well, because when we've got the kick on the beat, we've got the hi-hat off the beat. We've also got the clap. No, we haven't. We've got the clap off the beat. And then we've got the closed hi-hat, I think is on 16th notes. Okay, there you go. That needs a little bit more sparkle to it, doesn't it? It's a little bit flat. Jade, welcome Jade. Happy to have you here. So I'm going to not do too much more to this at the moment, other than getting a bit of a structure in. Do we need the snare? Well, no, because the snare is just for the snare rolls. Crash will be at certain parts. The idea is to have something changing up every 8 bars. And if there's just a little something, it might be a little crash, it might be a snare hit, it might be a little something. And the reverse crash is the same leading up to the crash. So you have a reverse crash, then you have a crash, and you might do that. So that's just a placeholder for now. But with these, the kick kind of goes all the way along in the track. And this track is a long one. It's up to 5 minutes because we start at 12 seconds, so it's almost 5.5 minutes. Will it stay that long? Maybe, maybe not. You'll have to click the clicky bits below, subscribe and ring the cowbell to find out whether I do more or less. No, I haven't taken medication. Maybe I need to. All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate that. So it's as easy as pressing Control D all the way across. And why would I want to do that? There's a good reason. So what I want to do is I find it easier to put it all in and then take out the bits I need to take out. Oops, did I just do... Oh, no, that's right. Silly sausage. Right. Button pressing, pepcac stuff. Right, good. It's all too hard. And the same with the open hi-hat and the closed hi-hat. So at the moment, at the start, we'll just mute those for now. Yep. So that's our main bread and butter of a trance track right there. So that's, that's what we need. So let's grab all of those and let's see if that'll do. Yay, it will. I'm still learning Cubase. That's fine. So we'll do that all the way across. Now I find it easier to put them all in and then as I need, take them out. So would I at the beginning require... No, it's a bit abrupt for the beginning, isn't it? So what I'm probably going to do is start with some nice synth pads, but I will continue to save this as I go because I don't trust technology. Working in IT for many years, you'd think I'd trust technology. Quite the opposite, really. But there you go. All right, so look, I'm going to use this. We've got our beat all the way across. It's going to get a bit boring if that's all it is, all the way across. Oh, a cymbal, yay! So you've got to have any song, all music. It's all about repetition, but variation as well. So we've got to have both. So let's look at our bit here that's random and sitting out by itself, the bit of a tune that we came up with and see if we can build something around that. Yes, and as Ashley says, to complement the doof doof that we all know and love. So let's have a listen to this. Let's just solo this. And I don't think it was in C major. No, that's not right either. E minor maybe? That sort of sounds familiar. Yeah, that sounds familiar. That's why the F's there and it doesn't sound right. let's do that and see what happens. E minor. And there we go. That looks a bit better. I think that's right. So that should be an F sharp. Let's go back. So we got the bare bones, absolute bare bones. Oh, extraordinarily bony. Yes, I agree with you, Jade. You can be all immersed in your song and it's all wonderful while you've got this wonderful flow state, and then after a while it does start to melt your brain. And your song especially, just a masterpiece. How you've done those transitions. If you're watching this video and you have no idea what I'm talking about, go to Pete John's Songtember page and you'll see a link there to Jade Starr's channel, and check out her Songtember song. Oh my goodness me, goodness gracious and golly gosh, there's some amazing stuff going on, like some amazing stuff. So yeah, check it out. Zilsolation, I hope I've said that right. Zilsolation, welcome along. I'm trying to write a trance track and I'm writing a melody which is not in time and I have to work on it, but the bare bones are there. So let's listen to it again. So let's get rid of that G. I need a bit of a beat there. Yeah, look, I love your song, Jade. I'm just like, oh, mate, that is sick. It is just awesome. I can't help but not listen to it more. It is Moorish. It is a Moorish song. It is so cool. It's wrong on every level that makes it so right. That's the only way to describe it. It's a must-listen-to song. Anyway, this may be a must-not-listen-to song, but anyway, we'll see how we go. I've got two different rhythms going on here, which is interesting. It's wronging. It's wronging and righting all at once. I am a big fan of syncopation, but I like the straight melody as well. That needs to be a little bit earlier. Even earlier. Just off. Got it to 32s. Let's go to 16ths. Probably there. Let's listen to that again. And that needs to be moved up. So it's very syncopated stuff. I think I can probably work both in there. You know, one is a bit of a lead and one for, I don't know, I like both, so I'm going to keep both. And do you know what I'm going to do with it? I loved it, Jade, on your show, how you had the graveyard on the far right of your project. I do that all the time. It's like a huge graveyard of bits and stuff that it's only when you forget to delete it all that you think, why did I master a track for 15 minutes long? And what's that bit at the end again that sounds awful? It does happen from time to time. All right. Now we're working on which one? Vital Lead 2. See, naming conventions for your tracks, people. Do better. Makes it way easier to organise. Let's unsolo that. No, let's not. Lead 2. So that is the one. Mute that one because I've just doubled that. Okay. So that was the one I was working on, yes. But I haven't named the bits of the tracks. They're both named the same, aren't they? Of course they are. Excuse me. As I said, I may cough at some point. Oh dear. All right. So it's completely out of time with the song. All right. Do I want to fix this now? I won't. I think I'll make this. That's the wrong one. Let's just leave that and to the graveyard. Off to the graveyard. I shall fix you later. Because that will take a little bit of working on. Hi there, Psycho 7, Psycho 7, Psycho. I would say Psycho rather than well, I'm not here to judge. Welcome. Never been here before. Love watching others' process of creation. I do too, and I'm making music. I use the term very loosely. Anyway, we'll see how we go. All right, so look, what we've done is we've got the building blocks of our kick, open hi-hat, closed hi-hat, clap. I think what we need to do now is work on some pads, on some chords. Psycho. Thank you, Psycho 7, for clarifying. You look like a psycho rather than a sicko. That was just weird. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but anyway, I am a strange person, so welcome if you like other creators that are a little bit odd. That'll be me. So let's think about this. Let's have a look at what pads we've got. If we're in the key of E minor, what does that entail? What does that look like? What can we do? Good. Very good questions. What they're leads. Don't want leads. Let's go to the pads. Pads are here. What do we decide? I like a nice saw. If you don't know what I mean, it refers to the shape of the wave, I believe. And I'm using Vital, which is one of my favourite synthesizers, because it's free, which is one of my favourite prices. And you can get lots of presets for free, and you can also purchase some, but Vital Synth, there's a link in the description below in the clicky bits. And for those who are new and have joined me recently, including you, Psycho, if you wish to and choose to, you can subscribe and like and hit the little cowbell to be notified of when I'm doing odd things with music again. All right, so let's choose this one. And I do like in Cubase the use of the chord pads. One of my favourite things. I am still learning to play the piano, and I've decided to give myself even more of a challenge because, you know, one thing is never enough, as well as all the online courses I'm doing in music production, is to learn properly how to play guitar and also the drums. So, you know, why not? Why not? And bass guitar, I've got a whole band. And so I sing, so that works. It kind of works. So we're gonna, why not? Why not? Done and done. Oh, thank you, Psycho. I appreciate that. It does help this channel. It does help me out here because I'm ploughing forward. I'm going to finish more music. I've had lots of plans for a long time since I started this channel a year ago, and a lot of it is unfinished. So that gives me a bit of a spur on to pull my finger out, and the proverbial finger. No, it's metaphoric. I'll just do music. Minor E. There we go. E minor is what we're working with. So what are we thinking here? That really does sound lovely. Lock all the pads. The reason why we do this is because otherwise you can see down here and these little bits here, little bits, and they show. Otherwise, if I don't lock the pads, every time I go up, they will continue to go up and up and up and up all the way to the top, and I don't want that. You've been on YouTube yourself for about a year. Oh, that's nice. We'll be here together. Lovely. So let's think this through. We've got a melody. I want to keep that in mind. Let's refresh. Let's go to the graveyard. Let's play the graveyard piece. It's not in time. Right, so if that's our melody, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to copy that and use it as a reference in the track that we are currently working on here, just to get us started. So if I draw in a bit, and then I go in here, and then I can actually paste that. How about I mute all the drums for now? And this is the good thing about being organised, somewhat organised, and putting them into folders so I can mute the entire percussion section. No, I won't say it. Love percussionists. They're loud, really loud. But yes, so let's listen to this once again. Now, should I put a chord track, or should I just put the chords in? I might just put the chords in for now, and I might fix it later because I'll leave them as blocks. Remember, we're going to build these like Lego, put lots of blocks in. I liken it to, I don't know, when I was a kid, I had a big bucket. Well, actually, no, it was my brother's, it wasn't mine. But we had a collective bucket of Lego or building type blocks or whatever brand you want to call them. And to play said Lego, you would have to empty them all out onto the floor, preferably onto the carpeted area in which your other members of the family would walk through, preferably in bare feet, and injure themselves. That was always the goal. And not that it was a mean thing, but it was very, very funny when people would unknowingly walk around the corner straight into a Lego block trap. But one of the things, this is what I like into this process, is just let's get all the bricks out here and see what we've got, put everything out there, and then we'll just put things back we don't want to use. And I do that with most of my music, actually, I find, especially with orchestral pieces. I put lots and lots of stuff in and then I think too much. Take it out, delete, and then it flows a little bit better. So that's sort of how I do things. So I'm going to put this up a couple of octaves, just as a reference. So we start on E and then we go up to a D. So let's start with... Will that work over the top? And I think it just goes to the D. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it's completely out of time there. We want 2 bars. So, okay. Here we go. Took me a while, but I got there. So E, A, E, D. E, A, E, D, E, A, C, D. Right. So let's delete all of that. E, E, A. Actually, I don't want to do that. I actually want to extend. There we go. And then I'll extend those out. E. And E, A, E, D. If you've got headphones on, you might be hearing the ping pong effect from that synth. That sounds really cool, actually. I love some of these presets. Let's listen to that. No, let's extend it first. Goose. Goose. Goose, goose. There we go. Actually, I can do it with all of them, can't I? Yes. Yes, I can do that. Work more efficiently and effectively, otherwise things just take too long. That works. And then E, A, C, D. I think we've got our chord progression. Hopefully, maybe, that could work, she says, with a question mark. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Okay, let's bring on the drums. And I know it's going to be a bit too much percussion, but, and before I go any further, save. Here we go, save. Okay. Yes, Ashley, walking on Lego really hurts. I'll tell you, I've got to tell you a funny story about Lego. I worked many years in IT for web accessibility for the differently abled people, especially those with low or no vision, and worked with web accessibility specialist who is known without the world. He's a very, very good friend of mine. He is legally blind. He has a wonderful wife and a couple of amazing children, but his kids used to play a little joke with him from time to time and leave surreptitious little blocks of Lego around the house to see if Daddy would find him with his bare feet. That's naughty. But a funny story. Anyway, he's a very good friend of mine. So, yes, very, very funny times. I did ask him if he ever got in an argument with his wife and she decided to move the furniture around on him. But no, they're very happy couples, so, which is good for him. Lucky for him, I guess, because that would be bad too. Anyway, I digress. Let's bring on the percussion and let's see how those chords sound. little bit, Jade, a little bit. And then I think we can pretty much repeat that chord progression throughout. What do you reckon? I think that will kind of work because that brings us through the whole intro. Let's do that because with trance music's quite interesting where it doesn't vary a lot, but it varies enough, and it varies through the bringing in of certain instruments and taking them out again. So a lot of with the percussion and that sort of thing, so there'll be kick, there won't be kick, all that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight all of that, and I'm going to bring it up to the other synths so they double up. And then I'm going to highlight all of that again, zoom out, and just hit duplicate for all of it, all the way across. Now, it might not match and all the rest of it, but as I said, all we're doing is basically tipping out the Lego and putting it all in and then seeing where we're at the end. And that has brought us to the end. So, which is good because I really have a bad habit of writing 6 bars of chords or 7 bars, and it's not an 8-bar progression, which is really odd. But I said I was odd from the start, so it's okay. All right, so that's our building blocks pretty much done. We've pretty much gotten there. So let's have a listen to a little bit more with both pads and the percussion. So that kind of works. Let's leave that for now and let's start taking out some of our percussion now. So we certainly don't want anything pretty much for the first 4 bars. And I am going to, once my voice recovers from this awful cold, I will be recording some vocals. So yes, you will hear my charming voice in a couple of weeks. Looking at the date, yes, a couple of weeks. So we'll see what we can... and some of these could be at halftime too. So we certainly don't need the closed hat. That's for more intense stuff. And open. I think we'll get rid of everything for the first 4 bars. So we just have the pads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably don't need it for the first 8. So get rid of those as well. I'll leave the crash there because that kind of works. And we'll take out those two. And I think 4. I think groups of 4 works. 2, 4. Let's see how that goes. Let's play that. So that's what I mean about, you know, bringing it all in and then you just go through, yeah, no, more of this, less of that, that sort of thing. So it's still got 10 minutes left. Let's save that. Love me a good arpeggio. So what have I got as far as plucks are concerned? You notice I said that really carefully. Plucks. I picked out some plucks before. We'll start plucks here. What have we got? There we go. Pigments. That's pretty cool. I like that. And what we need to do to get something that works is you base it on your chords. So I'll just start this process. I possibly won't finish it in the next 10 minutes, but what I want to do is copy that up to there. There we go. Make this a little bit bigger. So work on that. So we're working on an 8-bar progression. So what we then do is, this is when we do sort of glue it all together so we can see it as one MIDI track. And while I'm here, I should rename it just so I can know what I'm looking at. All right, so what we want to do is use the bass chord, the chords as a reference to the notes that we're going to use as an arpeggio. So I don't use something to automate it or anything. I actually go through and create all the notes as a bit of a counter melody for the actual melody that you heard before, which is going to be what the vocals would be based on. Yeah, it all gets confusing after a while, doesn't it? All right, I must have a drink. Hopefully in the next few days I'll be much better. All right. So let's go with also, one of the really good things about this is that we've already got the bass or the root of the chords, and I've got snap pitch editing and snap live input, and it's E minor, so there's no chance of me putting in the wrong notes, which is handy because I'm me and I do wrong stuff all the time. So it's really cool. So I'm going to copy that and paste it and then shift arrow down, and then we've got our basses. What we want to do then is use the notes to create an arpeggio for the whole thing, but we want them to be 16th notes. So at the moment, they're not. They're a lot longer. So what we want to do is we want to bring it to basically there. Yes, that's what we're doing. It's going to be a little bit like that. Oh my goodness. But it's not going to be every note. So it might be something like that. And you sort of just put the pattern in a little bit like that. Maybe, no, probably a bass note. Yeah, that could work. So I want something on the 2nd and 4th. So we want that one on the 2nd, that one on the 4th, and then we want that one on the 2nd there, and we want something again on the 4th, maybe that one. Let's hear how that sounds. It sounds pretty good. Yeah, that's getting into it. So yeah, this is basically how I do it, and I've based this on some of the courses done by Born to Produce and Demis Helen. Demis Helen on his YouTube channel has got heaps and heaps and heaps, like a whole playlist of how to do so many variations in of ARPs for trance music, so and EDM and house music and all that sort of thing. And it's basically going through and just picking off a few things, and you might not even want every note. So you might want to vary it up a bit and make it like that and change it around a bit, and you know, so there's a bit of a gap, and you might delete a note here or there. So it can become very, very different. And then basically once you've decided, yep, that's what I want to do, you basically copy and paste that sort of thing. So, and again, I've done 3 bars instead of 2 or 4, which is a bit silly. So let's do a 4. So what have we got? 2 is easier actually. Da, da, da. No, we can do 4. Let's do 4. Da, da, da. And then do that with that E there. Let's see how that sounds. We'll work on something later. But that gives you the idea, and then you can do that. And then what you do after that is you go, okay, well, I've copied and pasted. That's our pattern. And we want this one to start on the A. So we'll just delete that. And we put our cursor there. And we put that there. And we move it all up to the A there. And then we copy and paste that. So that's the idea behind it. Whether I'll keep this particular one, who knows. Let's hear it. What's it sound like? kind of sounds okay. I actually want to finish doing this now. Yeah, see random notes, and darn you random notes, you sound awesome. So it is quite easy doing this because then once you've decided that, yeah, that sounds pretty okay, it's like a case of, right, copy and paste that bit. That's the E minor chord there. And we'll do the E chord there. And you can introduce, of course, variation into any or all of it, as is probably a good idea anyway. So that's on the D. Go one down. That is again on the A. So we put that there. That's on the C. So see what I mean? It's just all about, what did I say that was? C. That's too low. Let's go there for now. And this ends on the D. Let's see if this works. We'll have a bit of a playthrough and see if that works. What was that, D? I don't think so, because it goes up and then goes down a bit too much. But anyway, we'll have a play. So, I mean, that is not bad at all for a start. I might keep it, I might change it, I don't know yet. But then all we do is we then copy that up to the other pluck sound to double the plucks, because one pluck is never enough. And yes, thank you, Ashley, my friend, for reminding me to save. And let's bring in everything else and let's play that out to the end of the arps, with the percussion and with the pads. And look, at least we got a little bit of something done when I'm still not 100%. My voice is just about to give out again. So it's time for me to go back to bed and rest and feel sorry for myself, have a nice cup of tea and a lie down and binge watch my fellow YouTubers making wonderful music. So I shall do that. And I'll just play up until about here or so. Okay, so thank you to everyone who joined me. There was a couple of new people. I'd like to thank Zilsolation for joining me earlier on and saying g'day. Psycho7, love the name Psycho7. Ashley HM, as always, my friend, thank you for joining me, and thank you for your contribution via my Buy Me a Coffee link. I do really appreciate that. It is going towards me making more interesting music, more rock music. Yes, that's right. As you can tell from the conversation, I'm going to start saving up for an electronic drum kit. I can hear Jade already. All right, and thank you, Jade, and thank you, Pete, for joining me as well. Take care, Jade. Don't let your song implode your brain too much. I hope you're okay with all that. And Ashley, yeah, just keep going with your song. Pete, can't wait to hear more of yours. I really love your track as well. We've got so much going on with Songtember. Check out the links in the description below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will be doing more of this trance track in the coming weeks and looking to release it at least on YouTube, hopefully with a video to go with it. I'm sourcing some clips and things to make it a very freaky, psychedelic type trancey dance, sort of interesting. I have no idea really. Filmology, video-y, YouTube-y type thing. I think it's time for me to go. On that happy note, until then and a bit more, thank you and take care.